What is up, you guys, and welcome back to Ungeek. And today we are going to be unboxing
This very special box.
Very special box. May laman naman siya, hindi naman sa wala, meron naman. And kita natin is from OPPO, no? So, yep, this is, well, baka mabuksan na lang natin. And then we'll let you see what's inside.
But first, are you ready to make a
Diba?
story?
Are you ready to make a story? So parang feeling ko alam ko na kung ano to eh. If you've been checking our site out, you know which phone companies are harping on the whole story angle or story maker, storyteller angle, di ba?
Of course, it's none other than OPPO.
Yeah, so tingnan na rin natin. So ready na ba daw tayong maging to tell our story? Ay, mali. Okay, so yan, buksan na natin. Habang dito tayo.
Let's do this.
Alright.
And if you've noticed at the sides and
Yun,
here,
actually, ang dami niyang design. So. Yup.
It's very
colorful.
very young.
Very artsy. Pa-artsy, di ba? Pa-artsy sobra.
Very you.
So, I mean, cover pa lang alam natin, we already know what this is. This is for the OPPO Reno 2. So, OPPO recently launched the OPPO Reno 2 and actually I was part of the media preview to check it out, di ba? And from what I can say from, holding the phone and using it talaga, iba yung iba yung thrust ni OPPO of wanting you to really tell your stories.
And that's because?
Well, the cameras.
Okay, what's so special
More than
about
anything,
the
it's the quad cameras that the OPPO Reno 2 has. But before we go into that, I kind of wanted to focus on the whole box art for a bit. Just for a bit. We see a lot of elements here. You see, what ano ba to? Like a Philippine eagle on that side and a lot of Pinoy factors. Yeah, Ungeek, PlayStation. Uy, okay to. So, pwede ka na mag-PlayStation sa OPPO Reno 2. Then, joke lang. Hindi ba ganun? Okay. And then, you have like may boba ka dito. There's Manila. And then, Audrey Hepburn. So, hindi ko alam anong sinasabi nila.
Vintage is in.
Okay. Pero, bakit nila dinikit yung
Well, I think it's because,
Audrey
as you
Hepburn?
mentioned, video, these elements kasi look great or will appear great on video to capture like whatever story you can.
Alright.
And now, let's actually see what you will use for the story, to create your story.
So, let's open it up.
This is it.
So, yan. Kita ba? Ayan, taas natin ng konti. So, and as you can see, that's the OPPO Reno 2. It's a creative unboxing brought to you by OPPO. And they're using the hashtag anyone is a story maker with the OPPO Reno 2.
And here's the box.
It's a long box.
Yeah,
but then that's also the treatment for the Reno. The Reno 1 also had a really long box. I guess it's to exude the luxury. During that time, it was all about the design perspective or the design, I think, language that they want to use with the Reno, which is put everything in the center. Diba? So all the elements, you have your cameras, you have your the signage, the logo, it's all in the center. And they're one of the first, I think, if not the first, to actually do that. Just align everything in the center, parang ganun. But now, more than the design, I think they're harping on a lot of the functionalities already of the OPPO Reno 2.
So, let's open her up.
So, yun.
And we get here manuals.
Yep. And just FYI, in the preview video, I mentioned that I was supposed to do like a quick unboxing, and then I stopped myself. Ito na yung quick unboxing, okay?
So, here's the phone, but before we get into it,
Oh, yeah. Pink. One of my, actually, natuwa ko sobra kay OPPO when they introduced the Sunset Pink. So this is the Sunset Pink colorway, and then they also have this really luxurious looking case.
Okay, more than that, it's the case. Like usually, cases are just
jelly case.
Clear jelly cases.
Yeah, clear jelly cases.
Textured pink one.
Yeah, and it's pretty hard. Hindi siya jelly case eh. Diba? So, there is some sort of premiumness to it eh.
Medyo pleather, I think.
Yeah, it is. So kayo pleather?
Fake leather. Or
pleather.
Or leatherette.
Let me pleather. Hindi, mali. Wrong.
So, inside, aside from that, is a charger.
Yep. Equipped with
Type-C.
Type-C. Yeah, this is the VOOC 3.0.
SIM ejector, and you get headphones.
Headphones, yes. So, may wires yan.
And it's green.
Is it?
Look, oh.
Oh, shit, hindi ko napansin. O nga, no? Oh,
I mean, aside
interesting.
from just the ports, which are green,
Yeah.
the grills or the
Are
grate
also
of
green.
this one are green.
I
Nice
like,
touch.
yeah, actually, I like what they did there. Good job, Oppo. Good
Nice
job,
touch.
diba?
So, this is not green though.
No, of course not.
It's pink.
It has a lovely shade of pink, and it's not even the whole neon, really sharp pink. You know, the whole
It's a
ashy
softer
pink.
pink.
It has a softer touch, yeah, and has like a pearlized effect as well. It's really great actually when you use this outdoors, because when light hits it, it just shimmers in different shades of. It's this redness, this pink redness.
In person, I'm a fan of the slightly more matte finish. But what I'm a bigger fan of is this display.
Yes, it's using a AMOLED if I'm not mistaken.
It's a large AMOLED screen. So I was able to see Reno 2 for myself before the unboxing. And I noticed from the get-go, wait, that's an AMOLED.
Yeah, nakita mo eh.
There are times kasi na you see phones na, oh, AMOLED, okay, that's why it's good. Pero this one, oh, it's a striking color. Or the colors are striking. So, yeah, from what I've seen so far, it's a good AMOLED screen. And it's nearly all screen because, as with the first Reno,
yes,
this one.
You have the shark fin pop-up camera, or the baby shark as we like to call it. Mas mommy shark na siya kasi color pink.
Pero that's cool, but I think the highlight is...
No, the highlight really is the quad cameras. So you're looking at a 48 megapixel main camera, a 13 megapixel telephoto, an 8 megapixel ultra-wide / macro, and a 2 megapixel mono. So that's your black and white.
The 48 megapixel, I think you've mentioned it, that it has OIS.
Yes, and EIS. So the stabilization here is crazy good.
So if you're not familiar with OIS, quick explanation. So what it does, it stabilizes the
your
lens.
camera,
So
your lens.
if you move, for example, you pan, the camera stays
in a position.
There's a physical
stabilization for that. So parang it suspends your camera. Supposedly that's what the OIS does. The EIS replicates it, but electronically.
So the camera doesn't have that moving system, but the software makes up for it. But with this one, it combines the software
and the actual hardware component of it. No?
So you get incredibly smooth stabilization that I've read from your article, which we're going to link down below, that you won't need a gimbal anymore with this one.
You won't need a gimbal with this.
A bold statement.
It is a very bold statement, and we do have videos to prove that to you. In the preview, the media preview for OPPO Reno 2, they hooked us up on an ATV. So what was happening was, it was John of Unbox who was driving. I was holding a GoPro and an OPPO Reno 2 on the other hand. So both of my hands are free, sa likod ako. And I was just shooting. I was comparing both of them, like how's the stabilization for, of course, GoPro 7 and then the OPPO Reno 2. Like, can the OPPO Reno 2's stabilization, ultra stabilization, catch up to, say, an action cam?
So it can.
It can. To a point, it can. So particularly if you don't really move your hand as much. I mean, of course, if you, diba, ano rin yun eh. It's also dependent on where it's actually held. So if you have it, it doesn't really matter if you have a stabilization, but if you're doing this, your stabilization, it's really going to.
But generally, if you pan like this, it's going to be smooth.
Oh god, it's so smooth. And the great thing about that is it's an active button.
So you can
turn it off.
Okay.
Even with the ultra stabilization off, because of the OIS, it does create really good stabilization pa din.
So I
but
think
the EIS, I mean, when you click it lang, it just adds a totally new level. And honestly, you can see it kagad on the get-go.
So I think that's why OPPO has really been pushing this phone to be phone that you can use to tell stories.
Yes, the focus right now is more on videography than it was for photography. And I think that's going to be a trend that we're going to see coming into 2020, where more phones are actually actively going to cater to a lot of people who take videos.
Because
And-
a lot of people now take videos, they make
Yeah,
content, not,
yeah.
not just for for themselves actually,
Yeah,
for
yeah,
friends,
for themselves. But
I think, like especially for travel,
yeah.
if you don't need a gimbal,
Yeah, it's,
with
it's
this
great.
one,
It's great
I think-
actually to bring. While a mobile gimbal, is good. You have to contend always with weight. Every time we go out, like an international coverage, I will always bring my mobile gimbal with me. Okay? But the problem is, at a certain point, you get bogged down because of the weight. So with this, if we don't need the mobile gimbal anymore, this is such a great, it's a godsend. And I'm hoping that more and more phones actually do catch up to the tech.
Okay, so cameras aside, what else is inside this?
So the OPPO Reno 2 is powered by a Qualcomm Snapdragon 730G. And, aside from that, it's coupled with an 8 gig of RAM and 256 gigs of storage.
Okay.
So you have a lot of storage to actually use. So you can shoot at 4K. This actually does shoot at 4K, 30 FPS though. But if you want to go 60 FPS, it's locked at 1080. Sorry, 1060 at 1080p. And with the Ultra Stabilization on, it's going to lock itself to a 1080p as well.
So it can be used for 4K.
You cannot use Ultra Stabilization for 4K. I don't know if there is going to be a software upgrade later on to be
But
able
still,
to do that.
it has OIS.
It has OIS. So, yeah, I guess yun nga yung maganda sa kanya.
So now with all of these features, the specs, the camera,
Yeah.
the OIS, EIS, ultra stable video, how much does this cost?
The retail price for this is 28,990. So it is quite pricey. It is 2,000 pesos more than the Reno 1 when it came out. It was 26,990. But I have to say that in terms of tech, just looking at tech lang ha, this between yung last series, the tech for this, such a huge jump. Such a huge jump. So honestly, 2,000 more for that, I'm fine with it, sort of. I haven't seen any other phones that can actually come close to the stabilization that this actually does.
So I'm guessing if you really need stabilization, if you're a
Yeah.
videographer, if you're a storyteller,
Yeah, and plus, I mean, you're talking about a phone on a 28 or 29,000 peso mark. So it's still cheaper than a lot of flagships.
but you don't get a flagship processor though.
You do not get a flagship processor, yes.
But then again, it's not that big a deal anymore right now. But maybe for power users, it still is.
Yeah, I guess.
But yeah, I
guess.
think at the end of the day, if you like videos,
Yeah, if you do like
This-
videos, or if you're starting out on, on wanting to be a content creator, of doing video for content creation, the Reno 2, I would highly recommend the Reno 2.
alright. So full review of this one comes out soon.
Yes.
Alright, so guys, that's it for our unboxing of the OPPO Reno 2. Again, OPPO says that this is the phone for storytellers. Can you think of a story that you would like to tell that you can use this phone for?
Ooh, okay. Well, now that I'm actually more free to be able to really, I guess, plan my shots, and it's quicker kasi to take videos na eh. Kasi you don't have to again hook it up to a gimbal, alam mo yun, the whole process of that, and just take everything and it's going to be steady. I kind of want to do more stupid anime openings. Right? I mean, if you've ever seen our stuff, we did an anime opening for past Tokyo game shows, and I kind of miss doing that. So yeah, I mean, daming dynamic shots din dun eh.
Yeah, true.
Diba?
So, guys, how about you? Do you have any stories that you have in mind that you would want to tell with a Reno 2? And do you think it's worth the price?
Yes, that's always
Bottom
a really
line.
good question. And with that, we will see you guys on the next one. My name is Colin, and thank you so much, Nico, for this really creative unboxing of the OPPO Reno 2. And if you have not yet subscribed to our channel, please do so because we are outing more and more videos. Click that subscribe button, hit that notification bell as well. And with that, we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye, guys. Keep on gaming.